the day that I have been waiting for a while has happened. I got this stamp set, which is stamps. You know, living in my house is just so interesting. What that was the beagle jumping up on the counter to get the dog bowl, or a cat knocked it over, or something horrific happened. So, oh, it was my son. So, anyways, we're gonna make some stamps, and because I am a smart woman, I am going to use real stamps. So we have a range of real stamps to use as our models, right? That's got to make life easier. Okay. So I think you can see some of these. So let's start with the color of paper. So some of these look like they might have been white. Well, that one does. I don't know whether the ink spreads on the stamps, but our perception of a white border, I don't believe is right. I think that it's lighter than the stamps, so we think it's white. So to make realistic looking stamps, I am probably going to, you know, kind of spread that out on the border. So I am going to try a bunch of different ways. So let's pick our first stamp. Do we have one that looks like another stamp? Oh, I love that one. Let's do that one after we've tried some. Let's go with a plain Jane 2-center. So here's a 5-center that looks just like my 2-center, right? Just the same. Perfect. Now, my stamp block. I know sometimes you guys must be thinking, can't you buy 2 stamp blocks? Okay, so we're gonna, first off, we're gonna try to find, you know what, I've always wondered what this one is for. This color looks like, and these are Wendy Vecchi archival. I have to have archival colors. They don't, they won't move. Ooh, that looks very similar, doesn't it? I mean, like for a first blush. Okay, I'm fine with that. So we're gonna do a couple different things. We're gonna and right this second, I am not going to try to cut these stamp edges, because having used these in my artwork before, you don't really notice it. You notice the stamp. Okay. So we're just going to start with this one, and we're going to see what happens if we take a blendy brush. So let's take, I think this looks like orange. And then just kind of blend it out. Okay. So I feel like that would definitely be a good thing to use on my mixed media pieces to approximate a stamp, right? And what I want to do is, it's hard to buy stamps. So I bought packages of stamps, and I functionally want these ones that are kind of official stamps. And I'll get a whole bunch of other like cheap stamps, plus I have to pay for them. I already have all this stuff, and like this one's really cute, half US postage, but it's got a big old black thing on it, and a lot of times I don't want a big old black thing on my stamps. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of just plain Jane stamps and see if we can get close to the colors. So that, let's call a spade. That is about as close to that as you're gonna get, right? Like that is amazing. Let's try some of these stamps. So we can do a couple 2-centers. Let's do this ink, which looks like that, I feel like. Yeah, that looks just like that. All right, let's make a few of these. Uh-oh, that one's not very bright. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to toss the one in the middle, and I'm going to use the 2 on the edge. This is a nice thing about stamps, is I have cardstock. I have plenty of cardstock. If the zombie apocalypse comes, I will have cardstock. For some reason, I feel like every time I see a pad of cardstock at Michael's that's $3, I have to buy it. So we have 2 of these. Okay, and I'm going to keep this out. We're going to toss that. And let's get our, I'm going to keep the inks out that we like, right? The stamp inks. Stampings. Okay, we're going to take this. We're going to try 2 different things. Let's try doing one with the same color and then one with like a, I think I'm going to go with a dirtier color. So the Tim Holtz archivals are going to be a dirtier, less fancy color. Okay, so there's that with its own color on it. And here it's going to be with a different red on it. So let's get a red stamp, a couple red stamps, and see which one we like. I think they're so small it's hard to tell the difference. Okay, so I'm pleased with that. So if you want to get the stamp colors, red geranium and poppy so far. All right, now I don't want all 2-cent stamps, so let's get a different stamp. Scissors. And let's try it on white. I've done some on white. I got some white paper. Oh, do we want to do an even Steven before we switch over? Let's do the red on white paper and see what happens. Maybe we'll like that better. Now, can you use, stays on, yes. Can you use Tim Holtz Distress Paints inks? Yes. Can you use whatever you have? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, and yes, yes. The thing is, if you don't use archival and you do sprays or inks or anything like that, then you're going to wind up with the ink moving around, and it could bleed onto your other stuff, which is what I don't like, but it could also, okay, so I don't love using craft cardstock. Craft? No, this isn't craft. This is cardstock. I don't like using cardstock for most of my stuff, but look at that. That doesn't look real at all, where when we started with the cardstock, it looked real. So we're going to keep this off to the side for the second half of this video, where we're going to make ephemera. And we're just going to toss this because that doesn't look real. And we're going to make some other stamps. I'll find out some other colors, and then I'm just going to make a bunch of them. Okay. Hey, Kitty. Kitty. Yeah, Mama? So let's get a different stamp. For ones with a whole bunch of dinky little ones like this, I do like to leave them in here I just rearranged all my stamps. I'm super excited. Ooh, let's try a person. Let's try General George Washington, because look at this. We have George Washington, so we're going to try him in gray. And I happen to have a gray, hickory smoke gray. So now, let's get fancy. So let's keep our lids by our things. Okay, so first off, let's just do a General George Washington, get them all inked up. New stamps, so it might take a second. There we go. Okay, I feel like he's a super subtle one. Like that gray is a really light gray. So let's try it in black, and then let's try it in half and half. So let's do black. Ooh, that's very plain. I like that. Plain as in easy to see, not as in boring for my non-English speaking people. I'm so sorry about English. Well, I know you speak English, but as a second language, and it's just ridiculous. Okay, so we got that one. Let's do a little rubby rub and see how we like it. So let's do gray on gray. Ooh, I feel like that's not good. That doesn't look like that. That just looks like it faded away and isn't cute. Okay, we're gonna throw that one away. So let's try gray on our black, or at least part of it. Okay, I think that looks a lot better. Just like an overall kind of gray background. Very cute. Okay, that's a keeper. I'm gonna have to start keeping mine separate because it's hard to tell which ones they are. Yay me. Okay, so now we're going to do all over gray and then some black on the corners because we are fancy like that. The stamper girls are like, the card making girls who stamp a lot are like horrified. Well, I feel like we got all black. Hold on. It's probably because it was on the stamp. Okay. Yeah, it's getting closer. Okay, all gray. Hints of black. That to me looks a little, let's look at our other guy. Oh no, I think I'm just getting all black. Okay, no bother. I think that one's too smooshy, maybe too dark, right? So we're gonna just do this one. And you don't need the colors I have. You can use any colors you have, right? That's how this works. The reason for buying a stamp set, which is not cheap, I think they're like 30 bucks, but the reason for buying it is so that you can use your supplies rather than having to spend, you know, $10 or $15 on buying stamps over and over and over again if you're going to use them a lot in your artwork, which I do. There we go. I like that one better where he's a little bit more light than where I did all over him. Yeah, I don't like all over him now that I see that. Okay, I'm going to throw this one away. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's do General George Washington in a different color. We got this guy. I don't know who he is. Oh my goodness. I don't have my old lady glasses on. This is James Russell Lowell. Don't know him. I worry about some of these old white dudes being maybe somebody I don't want to know anyways. Did I say that? Sorry. Okay, we're going to try in purple. Because, see, he's purple. There we go. Ooh, that's very dark purple, huh? How about one dab of purple? How about pink after purple? Oh, pink after purple is just a better color. Or closer to that color, right? It's not a better color. But I think part of the allure for me of stamps is adding a little pop of color into my art. And I like I like things to be realistic. I know I make people with giant heads and things like that, but I like it to be physically possible for whatever I'm making. Like physics, you know, so I don't make people flying in the air. I do make them with heads on planters. So that could seem a little disingenuous. But, okay, look at him. Okay, so does he look like James Russell Lowell? Close enough for government work for me. Okay. Nice. Okay. So we can do some purples. Let's get a different stamp. Do we try, okay, let's put these back in. Do we try some of these seals? How about a 1-cent seal? Is that a bunny? No. That's New York Express. Let's try this first, 1-cent seal. And I'm putting it on the very edge of my, okay, so we want 1 dab of purple and then all pink. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right. I don't know I'm the world's best cutter, but we're going to give it a go. I can cut on an edge. I can cut things out. I cut things out all day. I'm not that great at cutting a border, like an even border around things, but we're going to do our best. Oh, I don't. It's not very even, but I will tell you in the real world, looking at all these stamps, those aren't even either. I am going to cut a little bit off this far edge that seems to have a lot of cardstock around it. It would help if I had my old lady glasses. There we go. Oh, that's cute. Let's get on that edge. I would use that. Do we want a little tiny bit of purple to make it look dirty? Oh, that's kind of cute. Oh, now see, when you're a bad cutter outer on these, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. I feel like you want to go right along the edge of those doodads. There we go. So I like that. I would totally use that in my art. Just as a little doink there. All right, let's find another color because I'm going to make a ton of these. I'm not going to do them with you. I'm going to make a ton of these, but let's find all our colors first. So those were archival. Those worked really well. I have found the orange. Oh, we need green. Ooh, green. That looks like that. So let's go back to stamps for a minute. What do we got? I love this one. Prices. I have a feeling he's going to be... In all my stamp sets, I always fall in love with like 1 or 2 things. And I love him. Okay, here we go. So we're going to try to make him green. Okay, let's see if fern green is the color. Look at that one. That's like turquoise green. That's cute. It's not quite the color. Let's try mixing fern green and peeled paint together. And I don't know if mixing archival inks messes up the ink pads because I've never bothered to find out. Nope, I like fern green better. Let's do a real good one. Smooshies. Oh, that was a terrible one. I tried really hard and it didn't work. Okay, there we go. There we go, perfect one. Okay, so now I wonder if on this one it would look cute. Hold on, we're gonna try something. You ready for this? You ready for this? I'm going to cut these off like that. Because these aren't real stamps, right? I'm not trying to make real stamps. If I want real stamps, I can buy real stamps. I'm trying to make cute pieces. Oh, now that bottom part is very crooked. Cut like a drunk sailor out on leave. Oh, that's cute. Okay, I love that. All right, let's get this yucky off my pink. That's why I have my different brushes. We need a green brush. Pink and green are complementary. They'd be okay. Let's see. Let's just get the very... Leave him. Okay, let's see. Do we like them cut? So I know that the other ones have... I guess I could always cut them off later. I almost feel like I like them cut a little closer with less edges. Now that I see this one. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So which one do you like better? I think this looks more like a stamp, and I think this in my mixed media I will like better. Because I'm not trying for a stamp, I'm trying for a cool extra piece of, like this. Okay, here we go. Look at that. One has a super big outside, and then let's do this one on the other one and see which one we like best. And Sammy the dog, the deaf dog, is dying outside. She's going to die. She's on the verge of losing her marbles because she's stuck outside and she wants to get in right this second. So after this, see, to me, that, I don't know, what do you think? Because I can't do the funny edges. And maybe the funny edges are what you want. But I'm thinking I just want the impression of a stamp. I think I'm going to cut them really close to the edges. All right, so we got purple, we got black, we need that fancy blue. We got green. So if I was going to get one ink set, I've been using a little bit of Distress, but I would get some of these. They sell these minis in little mini packages, like you get 3 at a time, 3 or 4 at a time. So Wendy Vecchi's colors are stamp colors. Tim Holtz aren't as stampy. All right, I'm just going to clean these up. I'll be right back. Okay, for you guys, this has been a second. But for me, it has been about 2 days since I've gotten to play in my craft room. Just life, you know. My granddaughter came, and we had to get ready for her, and all kinds of stuff. Groceries, I think, was part of it. So now I'm going to make this little seal, and I'm going to try the blue to get that blue color. I got my blue stick, just checking. What am I doing? Oh, that's for the second part. See? I forgot what I was doing. No bother. Kind of like to put it up in that top corner so I can figure out where it is. And this one doesn't matter that it's kind of on this weird edge, because when I came in and I looked at my stuff, I really liked that on that one I followed the edge, cutting it out. So I have my old lady glasses that are like 3 times, I think. Yeah, I used to be able to see pretty good. I mean, I've always had a hard time seeing far away, but now these close-up cuts are just easier. There's more of a chance of them actually working. Okay, here we go. Boop, boop, boop. We're just gonna go right around there. Cute. I have this all loaded up already. So we did the Wendy Vecchi. Let's do the Tim Holtz to get a couple different colors going. See, Tim's is a little darker and has a little bit more black in it. So we can kind of get a sort of like a blend. Okay, that's cute. So far these are my, I don't know, I kind of like all the ones I made. They're hard to tell now. Oh, I like this one. Okay, I like them all. I could just keep going. Oh, I like this one. I like this. Oh, that's one of mine. Look at that. I like mine better. Probably because they're pretty colors. Okay, so now I am going to try this one. They say that you can use archival with embossing powder, which I haven't, I mean, I can't believe I haven't done this yet, but we're gonna try it. This I can put away for a minute. Get our embossing powder out. I'm gonna use Distress Embossing Glaze. I like it in this tin. I had put it in this tin. Tim said you could put it in the tin. I had put it in the tin. I don't think I want quite super bright. I want a little bit mellow, so I'm going to use Salvaged Patina. We're going to try this with Mermaid Lagoon. Where's my tray? Oh, I found my tray. Okay, these I do need. It's getting smaller. Okay, you guys got to all let me spread out a little bit. You're making me feel cramped. Okay, here we go. Yes, I'm talking to my craft supplies. Don't judge me. Okay. Here we go. We're going to try this one. And the reason this is going to work is because this kind of ink stays open for a minute. Has a resin in it that stays open for a minute. Okay, we're going to try it. So we may not be able to see it because it's translucent, but we'll be able, well, I'll be able to feel it. All right, I seen them. We're going to need our squeezers. Otherwise, it's just going to blow all over the place. Okay, so now I can definitely feel it's some places, but it's not super thick. I've heard you can do it, but I don't think I've successfully done it. Let's try Versamark, which is real embossing powder. Versamark is my favorite. I've tried lots of them. Some I wished were good, but weren't. But they have the best. Okay, let's just make sure this will fit on my little piece of paper. Looks like it should be okay. This is a test anyways, right? Okay, put it down. It had a little bit of that ink because I just inked it, so maybe that's a hint for us. Okay, you can tell there's a lot more embossing powder on it already. Let's not dry out our ink pad. Oh, shoot. All right, so that worked a lot better. So if we want to use a color, I like that for the color. Now let's see what happens when we do the snoogie with the archivals. Hi, honey, are you here? Are you here to craft? Okay, that was too much on there. So we can make that a smudge. Let's see what we have that's lighter. How about some fossilized amber? I'm going to use yellow. Ooh, it's turning the embossing kind of green. Okay, I don't love this. So that isn't my favorite. We're going to toss that. Let's see, what else can we do? That one's no good. Maybe we, see, I think the answer is, for me at least, you may be better at embossing colors and stamps. But I think for me, I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to take this one. Oh, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take both of those. So I'm going to do it 2 different ways. I'm going to take this one that we weren't so sure about, and I may need to do this one in maybe like a black, but we're going to try all the different ways. You do know that I watch my own videos, right? Like, so the next time I'm going to be doing these stamps in 2 months when I run out, I'm going to watch my own video. I know that's embarrassing. Okay, so for this one, what we're going to do is we are going to stamp this on here, and then we're going to use clear embossing powder on it. Oh, no. We're going to use green embossing powder on it and see how it works. Okay? So just smoosh, 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 smoosh. Green. Squeezers. Cover. Move. Emboss. Okay. So let's look at this compared to this. Okay, I don't like that nearly as much. I feel like that totally blurred the lines. You can't really tell what it is. Not a fan. Yeah, I don't even think I can keep that. Okay, no worries. Let's keep trying things. I have... Uh-oh, one of these is missing. Oh, nope, one of those is missing. Hold on. Boop. Boop. All right, so I have over here this kind of purpley one. We're going to try this one with, I think, like kind of the, let's do a little, I haven't yet really done, you know how people use the brown to kind of give it a little edge. Haven't really done that. So let's make this look just a tiny bit worn on the edge. Okay, so just a little bit of something going on. And now we're going to try clear. And you got to really clean out your, oh, we got to smoosh it first. Got to really clean out your tray to do the clear, because the clear can be contaminated. That's the only thing I really try to keep clear. Oh, doesn't matter, because we're just going to pick it up, dump it right back in, right? I love my embossing tray. Let's try to get an even coating on this. Looks good. All right, let's emboss. Okay. So let's try this against, oh. Now for colorful ones, I like that one, but for this one, I like the vintage look of this. I wonder what would happen. Let's try our extra thick embossing powder. There we go. Let's do it on this one. So this is thin embossing powder. Let's do a tiny bit of that. Let's do black smudgies. Hi, honey. Oh, that was the black smudgy one. No wonder it looked a little funny. Okay. So let's just do a little titch of gray, not too much, just to blur it a little bit so it doesn't look so clean and new. Maybe a bit on him. There we go. Like, there's just a tiny bit on there. Not much at all. Let's try our extra thick. Boop, 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 boop. And I have a coupon for 10% off Ranger, and all the ones I've used thus far are Ranger stuff. 10% or $10, I can never remember. I'm sorry, but it's in the description. If you use that link and it's your first time order, you'll get a discount. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so those crystals are really thick. Let's see what happens with this one. Okay, and this one I kind of tip around to cover the whole thing, because you can move that. Got stuck on my finger. Yep, and a bit of it dripped down, so you can drip that thick embossing powder. Okay, so which one? I think they're good for different things. I like him the best so far. All right, I am going to do a ton of these, and then we're gonna do some work on the, actually I'm gonna do a ton of these. I'm gonna stop this video, and then I'm gonna make a second video where we make embossing stuff, or ephemera stuff. Otherwise, we're gonna have like a 2.5 hour making videos. So I'll be back to show you the end results of my stamps. Okay, so this is how they turned out, and I'm super pleased. So let's look at them compared to real stamps again. So these guys kind of look like this. I feel like the embossing gets the new paper to look a little bit more old. Let's find another one that's similar in color. See, the embossing, I think the dye used on stamps is super bright. And the embossing, so let's do a purple. The embossing, well, that's still brighter. Yeah, I wonder if I embossed that one. But I think that, honestly, for use in my magazine collages and my mixed media, my junk journals and art journals, these are going to work out amazing. And I love that I can make them in the colors that I want. I'll still use my real stamps because I use all my supplies. But hopefully that helps. Tara Jacobson, Artsy Fartsy Life.